Welcome to Integrative Preparedness. I'm Steve Smith. I was gonna shoot. I was thinking about shooting this yesterday, but I got busy, and and actually I was headed out today to do some other things. But then I saw that Trump was on to give a statement about this Iran deal. So I thought that I'd sit down. I think a lot of people have been talking about Iran and Russia and China and all of these things. And but I thought I'd sit down here and just throw in my opinion on this because I have a little bit different opinion, I think, than a lot of people out there, and just thought that I'd offer mine. I don't watch the news much anymore. It's been a long time since I've watched the news. Um, Occasionally, I'll tap into it just to kind of see and I've been meaning to make one on this too. Uh, the problem with people becoming overly wrapped up in the daily news because their purpose for the most part is just to wind you up. You know, they've got bills to pay. They need to keep their customers on the hook. They need to have uh, everything getting you excited about so that you'll keep tuning in, right? Why? Because they've got to sell advertising and you need to buy that soap that's coming up in the next commercial, right? Have you ever noticed that? Now, I will say that my political leanings, I'm much more Fox than the others. Um, they don't reflect my real political stance, but they certainly reflected a lot more than the other outlets. But have you ever noticed? I mean, for the last 10 years, everything is breaking news. Everything. I mean, alert. And even some of the people on there that I like, my gosh, I mean, everything's alert. This breaking news. You got to see it. It's neither breaking nor an alert. It's just the latest thing that they can package to get you glued to their screen so that their viewership is up so that they can charge more for their advertising. Now, do you get a little bit of news in there? Do you get a little bit of information? Yeah. But it's like a soap opera. You can, not that I ever watched soap operas, but you can go on for 3 months without watching any of it and come right back and not have missed a thing. Okay. Well, anyway, I was going to say something about why you don't need to worry about Iran. Okay. Now, some of you may remember that Iran used to be a great ally of ours under the Shah. And then Jimmy Carter, showed America's weakness, not America's weakness, but the weakness of the leadership that was voted in at the time. And we've had problems ever since. Uh, Iran is not a country to be afraid of, and neither is Russia or China. Iran has been kept in the mix because it's good for business. Okay, when we let the Shah be deposed, and don't ever think that it could have happened without our willingness, uh, and the Ayatollah to come in, well, that created a lot of turmoil and a lot of business. And for any of you who haven't, I'd suggest that you read Smedley Butler's book, War is a Racket, and there's plenty others out there. The guy that George Orwell said that the only time that there's a foreign war is when the businesses or the moneyed classes, and this is, not an exact quote, I don't remember, but when the moneyed classes believe that there's money to be made. Well, there is money to be made in war. And when we let Iran go down the tubes, then we supported Saddam. We kept that war going for a long time. Why? Billions and billions of dollars. Okay. Iran can't do a darn thing to us. There is no power that compares to the United States militarily, uh, economically, whatever. It's just They keep it stirred up because there is money to be made. Now, Trump made a strong statement on this. I doubt that it's going to have any effect, but I wasn't at all surprised that Iran delivered an anemic response. It was a response, one of those things that, some little pipsqueak mouths off to a guy who's about to beat his butt, and then the guy decides not to beat it too bad and walks away, and then the little jerk, as soon as he thinks he's out of earshot, goes, "He's lucky he left," right? Yeah, Iran can't do a thing to us. And if it makes a blip in your gas prices, that's about all that's going to happen. Russia, everybody's all scared about this stuff. Russia and China they posture and they keep this stuff going on because they know that it stirs up half of the American electorate. It scares people over here who don't know any better. Okay, Russia has been described as a third world country with a first world military. I'll disagree with that. Yeah, they're a third world country, but they got a second world military. And I know they got some very capable people, and they've got some technology. I ran across some of their Spetsnaz guys years ago. Very tough guys, very capable guys, but that's a small segment. And when you compare their technology to ours, there is no comparison. They try to keep yapping because they want to act like they're a big enough dog to stay in the fight, and they're not. They are, as long as there's not a fight. But as soon as a fight started, it wouldn't last very long. Our military is supreme over everybody else in the world put together. China's the same way. Everybody is scared of China. They're a big powerhouse, right? They got how many billions of people over there? Well, half of them are starving, and half of them are trying to, get into the cities for jobs, and the rest of them are starving to death in the country. Um, their economic power comes from what? It comes from us buying their junk. Okay. Now they make the junk we buy because their labor is so cheap, and everything you've got made in China is just made by different slaves in different factories. And it's because we can go into why, and it's because our tax system over here is so high, and the wages are high, and companies who feel that they are international, and they are. Companies should be able to have their stuff made wherever they want, and you can buy it or not. But it's cheaper to have it made over there than it is here. So their economic so-called power is only because we buy their junk. If we didn't buy it, there wouldn't be any, and China would be going down the tubes. We are the only country that keeps all these others afloat because of our economy, because of our protection of them. So the idea that anybody should be, worried about Iran is, in my opinion, misplaced. Okay. What we need to worry about is here at home. The real enemy is not without, the real enemy is within. Like Abraham Lincoln, who I'm not particularly a fan of. I know that's going to make a lot of people go, "Oh my gosh, Lincoln, the great hero of America." No. Read more about Lincoln and you'll find out. But he said, and he was right, and Douglas MacArthur, many other people have said, that America will never be destroyed. It will never be conquered from outside. That if we fall, it'll be because we were conquered by an enemy within, and that is the truth. Our enemy is inside our own borders, chipping away at the foundations of what this republic was supposed to be. So if you want to put your energies and your concern somewhere, I would suggest you put it there. Whether it's in a situation like coming up in Richmond, Virginia, the 20th of this month, or whether it's more local. If you want to put your external energies and concerns into something, put it here where it's going to make a difference. Should any of these things be affecting how you prepare? In my opinion, no. You ought to be doing what you should be doing. And if something like this, now I have told friends of mine, it's good to use these things as kind of kind of a tone up. Say, okay, if we knew that everything was going to fall apart by Friday, is there anything that you need to do between now and Friday? Okay, that's a good exercise. But if something like this makes you change what you're doing in your preparedness, it is simply an indication that you should be doing that in your preparedness anyway. So don't let these things, fret you out. Anyway, my downtime is here, so I'm looking forward to. I took a little time off there for a few days. Looking forward to getting back. I got a whole list of videos that I want to get out, but just thought that I'd sit down and shoot this one real quick and say hey, and I'll be back with you in the next couple of days or so, and be putting more out. And I am working on the book. The book is coming along. It's flowing. Its flow is back now that we're done with the Christmas season. So I hope you all having a good day. I'll let you go with that. Don't worry about Iran. Don't worry about Russia, and don't worry about China. Worry about your life and worry about what's happening here. And as I say that we prepare well today, and part of that preparation is making sure you stay on an even mental keel, right, in order to live well tomorrow. So y'all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.